I'm sorry.
No, what are you gonna
No,
do, bro?
no. Uh-oh. I can't hear anything. Yeah, but you're really bad. Is you're frozen. We got Southeast Vintage Cycle Rescue here. We got Pat's in the house. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say. Am I frozen or are you frozen for them? They can't hear you. Do you have Wi-Fi out there? Well, I'll start by explaining myself why it took me 15 minutes to get on here. I scheduled that other one. Huh? Joe is frozen. That's what Pat's saying. Oh, there you are. Say something.
Hey, what's up? There you are.
All right.
Let me see if it works out in the garage because you were frozen too. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great now.
Okay, let me see. Works back out in the garage. Strange. I usually have pretty good Wi-Fi out here.
You went in the garage and you froze up. Yeah.
Guess not.
I think you got to do it from the house, sir.
You good now?
I think you got to go back to the house.
All right, you can't. All right, you got it.
So I got Garage MC in the comments here. I got to ask him, how do I start a scheduled live video? Because it was scheduled. I could go see all the comments. I couldn't start it. So maybe he's got to chime in and let me know what I was doing wrong, or he can do that at another time. But we got 26 people watching, Joe.
Nice. Yeah, I always have Wi-Fi in the garage, so that's very strange. I don't know why it's not working.
Well, maybe
it's this phone though, because this is my work phone. I just figured the camera was better, so instead of my other phone, because it's beat up pretty good,
Yeah.
Could be. All right.
Well, Matt said he had issues with getting the scheduled live started too. So that was the one thing I didn't Google tonight. I did so many practice runs with Allison, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the one we did in the house was good, but who knows? Like I said, maybe it's just his phone. This is a Verizon phone. My other one's something else.
Yeah. Well, let's start with me just giving a recap for some of the people who don't know what Hoarder of the Week is. I'll explain that. Some people watching might not know what Honda Hoarders is on Facebook. It's a Facebook group that Vinny Staffa started back in 2017, and I've helped run since. I'd miss him too. He was such a great guy.
He still is. He's raised in his family. Can't pick on him.
A little bit. We can pick on him a little bit.
No, I do too.
So in 2019, I started doing polls within that Facebook group about Hoarder of the Week. It was a great way to shine the spotlight on somebody who was an avid poster in the group, or had a collection, or just a great enthusiast. And it was a fun thing to do. And eventually I got burnt out and it was just too much. So I stopped. But I was chatting with MRC Builds the other day, and we kind of concocted this idea to revive it, and then we could do the live interviews on YouTube. So here we are. And you, sir, you won Hoarder of the Week for the first, Honda Hoarder 2.0 Hoarder of the Week. So
nice.
But
a lot of good guys out there, man. A lot of good guys.
I've got some standard questions to ask you, and I've got some questions from the peanut gallery. which we may or may not get to. A lot of those, you started to answer them right in Facebook today. So some of them got answered already.
Some of them, yeah. I figured I knocked down your amount of questions.
Yeah. Some of them we'll answer just in the answering of these other questions, but some of this is Honda related, some of it's not. If you don't want to answer, say I abstain or plead the fifth, or that's too personal. But sir, what is your name? Can you state your name for the record?
Joseph Whalen.
Joseph Whalen.
That's
or
right.
as you are saved in my phone, Joe from Poughkeepsie.
That's right. That's what your family calls me.
Do you remember when we met?
Yeah, you came down to get that SX, I believe, right?
200 SX.
Yeah.
And I went through my phone, and the picture was time-stamped December 5th, 2017.
Yep. Yeah. I thought it was like 9-10 years, something like that.
7 years ago, almost to the day.
Wow.
Yep. But do you care to share your age with the group?
Old. 55.
Old. 55. I'd say a young 55.
You know what? You're very, very nice.
Yeah. So when we met, you were 48. You were in a young 48.
Yeah. Yeah.
Location. So we know that's Poughkeepsie.
That's right.
I have a question about Poughkeepsie. Is Poughkeepsie upstate?
Yes.
You
compared to the city?
You
yes.
call Poughkeepsie, because oftentimes
when I grew up here, there was nothing. Now it's more like the city. Yeah. I'm ready to move up by you.
Because a lot of times in my videos, I'll say, I live in upstate New York, but the real upstate, I have to specify because, it's not Poughkeepsie or Binghamton or
it's not upstate like it used to be. Yeah, I get it. You're
right. Relationship status?
Oh, single.
Single and ready to mingle?
Single dad.
All right. So all the ladies in the group, you can hit up the comments for Joe. Yeah. Find him on Facebook or Tinder or wherever.
Take it easy.
Wherever.
Take it easy. I got enough problems. I already got 3 girls. I don't need any more.
So that was the next question. Any kids?
3 daughters. And
3
a granddaughter
daughters.
and a grandson. Yep.
Wow. Grandpa Joe.
That's
just like Willy Wonka over here. We got Grandpa Joe. I talked to Violet today, briefly.
Yeah, she liked that. Made her whole day.
In our practice run. So hopefully this will be, preserved on YouTube for posterity, and she can look back at.
Love it. Yeah.
There's lots of comments coming in, but I'm not focusing on them because I got a lot of questions here. So, how did you become a Honda hoarder? What was the origins for you with this passion, this road that you're on?
I mean, I always had a passion for it. My father was a road mechanic for Caterpillar, for H.O. Penn. And he would bring stuff home from the dump. We didn't have a lot when we were little. So whatever he found on the dump, he thought we could fix. He taught us. And me and my brother built everything. Every go-kart, snowmobile, whatever, dirt bike, 3-wheeler, anything he brought home, we got running.
Yeah. And your brother's a twin brother. So,
yes. Yeah.
Are you identical? I don't think I've ever met your brother. Really?
Most people can't. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What's his?
It's pretty cool.
What's his name? Is it
Jim? Yep.
Say it again.
Jim
and Joe.
Yeah. He's going to probably come this year up to your place. He wants.
Oh, cool.
To go. Yeah.
Cool.
He's actually building a house up by you in Scroon Lake, so not far from you.
How many Hondas do you own, sir?
Right now, I think
You're down.
I think I have 13. Yeah, I got rid of like about 15 of them, but I want to concentrate on the 350. So I kind of emptied everything out so I can redo a whole basement and get everything organized.
When did 350Xs become your thing?
I always liked them. Could never, when I was a kid, never afford them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, worked my way up till I got to them, and then I could restore them.
Yeah. Cool. What is your biggest selling regret? Something you sold off? And
the 86 250R I had, that was really nice. That was like really nice.
Do you remember where it went? Who ended up with that one?
Travis Dobbins has it. He still has it. He says he won't sell it.
Okay. Okay.
He said
He's
the
a
only
great
one he
guy.
wants. He said it's the only one he won't sell. He called me before this. He goes, "Good luck." He's crazy. I love that guy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He's right near Glamis.
Yeah, he's not far, I don't think, because he goes
Southern.
out there with his samurai and he's got them doom buggies and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah. I'm getting to go to Glamis in March.
nice.
So I'll let him know and maybe we can
Oh, he'll
cross
meet you
that.
out
Maybe
there. He's a great dude. You'll have fun with him. He's a pisser.
cool. He can bring that 250R and I can sniff the seat maybe.
Maybe if you're lucky.
Maybe.
If you talk nice
Definitely.
to him a bit.
What is
But, yeah.
your biggest buying regret?
I don't have
Yeah.
any, really.
Yeah.
No. I've never bought anything that I didn't check out pretty well, you know.
Yeah. It seems like if you just wait long enough, if you feel like you didn't get your money's worth, just wait 6 months
Yeah.
and you'll be all right.
I mean, pretty much everything I bought, I worked on to make it, you know, as perfect as I could, you know.
How many 350Xs have you restored and customized? And maybe that's a different number.
I would say over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a 6-year time frame?
That'd be 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. About when I met you, I think I got the first one from a guy close to me.
Yeah. Man, there was a time you were weekly sending me pictures of
Yeah.
super clean machines
I
and
had a lot. I mean, as far as ones I customized, I probably did 20. I probably had 40 of them,
yeah.
I would guess, you know, like you said. I was finding them everywhere at one point.
Yeah. Is there a machine that you would never buy?
Mm, not a big Suzuki fan.
Yeah.
I know Mike is. He loves those.
He's got some nice ones.
Oh,
Looking at
I
his
mean, the
like
ones he's got, I would buy, but on the average, I wouldn't buy like a Suzuki Quad or nothing like that ever.
yeah.
Pretty much a Honda guy, you know that. Kind of like yourself.
Yeah.
I don't see anything yellow in your
Uh-oh.
barn on the shelves. You know what I mean?
No, no.
No.
I did have a couple ALT 50s for a short period of time, but that was a catch and release program.
I think I remember those. Yeah.
Okay, this question is it's been on this list for a long time, but it's something that Garage MC Matt would ask when he was doing his Quad Talk lives. But what machine would you buy or build if money wasn't a factor? If I was writing the check and you could do whatever you want.
I'd love to have a Tiger for sure.
Yeah,
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 the red, white, and blue, and just the whole thing, and you know the numbers that they made, low numbers. I would love to have one of them. So
yeah.
I'll just go to Toby's and drool on his. That's all.
He's shared some pictures with me, and I'm not gonna air his stuff, but like he's amassed an impressive collection of those. So
And just a
probably
gentleman. The guy is a gentleman.
yeah,
Yeah,
big
I
mid of a
was up
hand.
there. Yeah, I was up there about a month ago, and he showed me everything. He's
Yeah,
just very impressive. Very
yeah,
impressive. You know, just a down to earth guy. Real nice. Like it.
yeah. He'll be on here at some point, I'm sure. What's your favorite machine in your collection?
My flag bike for sure.
Yep,
I've had that for about 6 years. That bike. I just keep adding, taking stuff off, putting stuff on. You
yep,
know, and I can use it. I don't have to worry about scratching it. You know.
yeah. I'm perusing
How
some
about
of
you?
my favorite machine in your collection.
Yeah.
I like your silver one, your silver and blue one. I mean, the flag one is awesome too. Your gold and red one is a little over the top for me. I can appreciate it because it is just done to the nines and it's just amazing. But
Yeah. That's the
but
old
that thing
school
is
hot rod in me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I can't get
It
rid of that.
reminds me of like Grease Lightning from from Grease.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I want to go race in the the river bottom with it and blow somebody's doors off. So what is your longest trip you've gone to bring a Honda home?
I went to. I bought a 8370 in Pittsburgh, PA. That was like 7.5 hours.
Wow. Was
Yeah,
it
that was
super
cool.
clean?
Yeah, it was nice. It was.
Yeah.
That was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took the day off and I went. I had to go.
Yeah.
I talked to the
Well, all
guy.
right.
The next day I was out.
I think I remember that.
You probably do. I talked to you about it. I'm sure.
Yeah. When you go riding, which I know you ride, what's your favorite type of riding?
Pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Woods and up in the hills, and then on the flats is good. I got a lake down by me, the gun club I belong to, so it's all gravel banks. So
Hmm.
me and my daughter ride there. She likes it there too. So
Yeah. I missed what you said about Trike Fest. You broke up a little bit there, but you like that too, you said?
yeah, that was cool because you could ride on flat trails, and then you could get through the woods and everything.
Can you see the comments?
Yeah.
PJ has offered up a type of riding that he thinks you might like, but I'm not going to comment on
Oh my god, I can imagine.
that. So if
Yeah,
you could go riding
he's
anywhere,
right. He's right.
he's
He's
right.
right.
He's right.
He's right. I
Yeah.
just seen it. It just popped up.
If you could go riding anywhere, where would you like to go riding?
I'd love to go to Glamis, like you just said.
Yeah.
That would be. I think that would be the ultimate. That would
Yeah.
be cool.
I got invited to go with Tim Keister and his crew. They had an open spot in the trailer,
Wow,
so I've got to drive my machine down to Western Pennsylvania and drop it off with him. Then I
okay.
drive home. Then we fly there, and but
Okay.
he's got a buddy that makes the trip out with the machines, and everybody
Oh,
else
that's
flies
great.
in.
Yeah. We used to do that for like Sturgis and Daytona and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it makes it easier.
Yeah. So when you're not hoarding Hondas, what is your favorite non-Honda hoarding pastime?
Just being with my daughter. That's it. Whatever she
Yep.
wants to do. Snowmobiling. You know.
Yep.
She loves fishing. Just my kids are the most important thing to me. So.
So I was trying to find a nice picture of you to post today, and I found it hard to find one of you without your daughter. So I
She's
think that
always
says
with
a
me.
lot. Yeah.
She's my rock. You know what I mean? She.
Yeah. How old is she now?
You make them, you raise them. She just turned 6,
Awesome.
October 11th.
That's a fun age. And she's riding now. That's funny.
For a snowmobile, she's good. Not too good on the bike. It might be my fault.
I think we got 43 people watching this thing. What's your
Awesome.
favorite color? Purple. Purple.
Purple.
How about that?
Haven't seen
Yeah.
one of them yet, but don't
Yeah,
worry.
those purple fenders are coming out. Did you scoop up a set of those?
No, I didn't get them. I want to get a white set.
Yeah.
I already got for my next build planned out. Then after that, maybe something else. Takes a lot of thinking to get all those crazy colors. You know, the ones you like.
Yeah. Yes. What would your last meal be?
Last meal.
Yeah.
I'd be good with like venison filet mignon and lobster tail. That would be good.
Yeah. Man. I think I might have to set the phone down. Run to the store. Well, you're not gonna get venison at the store. Do you have any pets?
No.
No. Ever?
Oh yeah, I had dogs my whole life, but it's just
Yeah.
it's tough working and doing whatever, not being home from 5 in the morning until I get my daughter at 3 in the afternoon. So
What
not any life for an animal.
Yeah. How you feel about cats?
Oh my god, I hate them.
What do you feel about big cats?
Yeah, maybe bobcats. That's about it.
Somebody asked a comment here. Tyler Nelson, what was your first machine? What were some of those machines your
First
dad brought
machine
home?
was I don't know what year it was. My father brought it home, but I know it was a 90, probably 74, 75, 90.
Yeah.
Um, and then every other dirt bike you can imagine, from Bull Taco to Harley Davidson to Mako, whatever he found, he brought home, and me and my brother
Yeah.
got him home.
That's awesome.
That's how I learned to do it.
Do you
And then
still
I
have
was
any of
out of it.
those?
I was out of it for a long time, and then we drag raced for like almost 17 years.
Yeah.
And then when my father was sick, just before he passed, I actually went. I was going to his house every day, and I passed the guy's place there, and he had 2 3-wheelers. He had a 70 and a 110 out there for $300. I stopped. I said, "Here's money." I said, "I'll stop tomorrow on my way back through." I bought the trailer, threw him up, and that's what got me hooked back into it.
Yeah. Got the juices flowing.
Yep. Like a full circle from when I was a kid. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I work on him and think about him every time.
It's awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite comedian?
Oh, geez. I'm going to say George Carlin myself.
Yeah. I was going to say you strike me as like
that man was spot on everything he said. He was so smart. Long term, he was dead on the money.
Yeah. I was going to say you strike me as a Andrew Dice Clay fan, maybe a little bit. No.
No.
What do you do to pamper yourself, Joe? Mani Petty?
Yeah. Usually twice a week, I actually do my daughter's nails twice a week, but not myself.
Yeah.
Pampering myself is when I go fishing twice, 3 times a year up to Ontario. That's about it for me. I get myself my 6, 7 days a year, and then 3 with you, and that's it. I'm good.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Regular Cheerios or Honey Nut?
No, Golden Grams.
Golden Grams. Okay.
Yep.
Old school.
Yeah.
Favorite 90s song?
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know.
We're into the random questions now. Hickory Dickory Dock. Tom Segura is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm reading some of these comments here.
Yeah. That's funny. I don't know. I like Def Leppard. I pretty much listen to any rock and roll country. Anything but rap.
Yeah. If we're going out to the karaoke bar, what song are we going to sing together?
None. You're going to sing. I'm going to laugh.
You watch much TV? Do you have a favorite TV show?
Be honest with you, Preston, I never turn the TV on.
Never turn the TV on.
Now my daughter watches her cartoons and stuff, and her learning stuff on the iPad, and I'm usually in the garage, and when I have time to myself, working on bikes or cutting deer or whatever I got to do.
Yeah. How many deer did you cut up this year?
I did over 70. So
70 deer. All right, you're making a sandwich. Mayo or Miracle Whip?
Oh no, it's got to be
Mayo. Full flavor, or are you getting the light stuff?
What's that?
Is it full flavor, or are you doing light mayo?
No, Hellman's. That's it.
Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Don't like peanut butter.
Don't like peanut butter. How about that? Let's see. I'm skipping some of these. Some of these are silly. And I can tell this crowd. This is a serious crowd we got here.
Some of them are silly.
Using Android or an iPhone?
iPhone.
And you were saying earlier they want you to upgrade and you don't want to let go of the button.
I like that thumb thing. I don't like the face recognition.
Here's a good one. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
No.
Neither. No. Just let it come. That's
a
tricky question, though. What's your favorite spring? Or what's your favorite spring? What's your favorite season?
I would say the spring and the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Black raspberry.
Black raspberry. Do you prefer chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Jeez.
Yeah.
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Well, okay, good. You redeemed yourself on that one.
All right. I'm
All
not a
right.
big chocolate fan, so
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would all your friends and family assume you had done?
probably crash something.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah,
Hamburger or taco,
hamburger.
but not peanut butter. You have any
No.
tattoos? Do you have any
What's
tattoos?
that? No, no.
What's your weirdest tattoo?
I don't really have any
Yeah,
weird ones. Most of them, have meaning on them.
yeah.
You know,
PJ's got some weird ones.
yeah. It's everybody's own taste. You know what I mean? What everybody likes is different.
Do you have any pet peeves? What
Uh,
bothers you?
people that make a mess and don't clean up.
Ah, I feel like you're talking about somebody we know.
You see me at your shop sweeping up
Yeah,
with the dustpan
yeah.
and everything.
Oh man, I'm not gonna pan my shop because it's atrocious right now. You have any phobias?
Nope.
No,
No.
not even the dark or spiders or nothing.
Nah, none of that.
Man, there's comments going on. I can't pay attention. You have any hidden talents that we don't know about?
I don't know. I do pretty much anything.
Yeah, I think the fact that you cut up deer and butcher deer for people, that's uncommon, and most people don't know about that.
Probably right.
The fact that you're doing 70 a season and the season's not even over.
I got to make
If you had
sure.
a,
What's that?
I was moving on to the next question. What were you saying?
I got to have meat for your party. You know what I mean? Everybody looks forward to that
That's right.
stuff.
Well, the time you came out to Trike Fest in 2020, I think I brought back all the food that I brought out because you were just
Yeah,
cooking
that was a good time.
exotic meats all weekend.
Yeah, PJ enjoyed it. Peter.
And they're having, yeah, Peter Jan. If you had a superpower, what would your superpower be? It could be anything.
Jesus. Don't know.
Yeah, is that way you ride 350Xs? Yeah, it must be.
Be fast.
Well, thank you. I think I may have lost it.
Uh oh.
Bennett Bennett has been riding it.
Oh, you told me that. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's awesome. Let him
so
ride.
it warms my heart.
That thing rips though. I remember that when the Trike Fest when you first got it done. Donnie did it. Yeah.
Yep. Reading some comments. All right, we're wrapping up on the silly questions here. Any special goals? Anything you're working on?
I'm working on the next 350X. I have the
Yep.
frame and springs done, forks, everything's on it. I just talked to Woody about getting some wheels
Yep.
yesterday, and I'll be getting a hold of Craig and everybody else, Matt, everybody, get the parts they need, get started.
Okay,
Great.
I'm pulling up.
What's that?
I'm pulling up our questions. I asked the peanut gallery if there was any special questions, and let's peruse down through those. Now, Vinny had a question, and I'm sure you saw it.
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever smoke one of my cigarettes?
Have I ever have I ever asked you for a puff off your cigarette? Is the way?
No,
No,
that's
I
what I can't
I don't recall
remember.
ever doing that. No.
I can't remember that. I don't know what made him think of that. That was pretty funny. I was laughing this morning when I was reading it.
Uh, Nick Channels asked which machine that you own is your favorite and most special. I think you talked about that. That's well,
Yep. Yeah,
yeah.
the American flag bike
Whatever.
for sure.
Brian Cardella wants to know how many
I could ride it.
350X mud flaps are you hoarding?
Just tell them a couple.
Couple here and there.
Yeah.
Jeff Mahar asked about your first machine and what age did you acquire it. So you covered that with your dad.
Yeah.
Greg Monmany, and we didn't talk about this yet. He was wondering what you do for work, and he kind of answers it here. But why don't you
Yeah, I was
mention
union
that?
carpenter for 26 years, almost 27.
26 years.
Yeah.
What'd you do before that?
I actually worked in construction doing everything. I started doing masonry with my father's friends when I was like 12. And
Yeah,
then, construction pretty much up, working in cabinet shops, ran
yeah.
machines, excavators, backhoes, all that crap.
And then on the side, you were doing some private dancing, some
I did do
Chippendales.
some dancing up at Flanagan's up in Screw Lake, but I was on the tables and I was really wasted, but it was fun. You know, they still have pictures up there on the wall. My brother said he was up there from a
What was
long,
your
long time ago.
what was your favorite model as a kid? I'm assuming it's a three-wheeler model, is what he's asking, but maybe he's talking about, you know, uh,
No,
swimsuit
it
editions.
was actually a 66 big block blown Malibu.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was big into those 66, 67. Wasn't a 340 Challenger or a 57 Plymouth, but
Yeah. The motor is out of the Challenger right now.
what
We
happened?
had we had some low compression on one of the cylinders, and we didn't know what was going on, so we pulled it for an investigation, but
Okay.
it's getting refreshed over the winter.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's some beautiful. Love that.
Now these guys in the comments are criticizing my projects, and they're taking bets over what's going to be done first, the 88 Big Red or my dining room table.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it. So
well,
Corey
listen,
Baker, go
you
ahead.
gotta you gotta sit at the dining room table. You don't have to sit on that 88 Big Red.
That's right. There's the
You
88
you
Big
know
Red.
where you're you know what you have to do. Don't let them beat you up.
Corey Baker asks, which machine in your collection do you think is worth the most?
I would say the flame bike's got the most. I have the
Yep.
most in that one. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, then the silver bike,
Man.
and the next one I'm building is probably be more than that. So you know how it goes.
PJ Hart. PJ Hart is asking, he would like to know in 2 words or less, what's it all mean?
Passion.
Good answer.
Yeah. No, that's.
Good.
I mean, that's. I mean, to me, it's relaxing doing them.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
it's something I don't do every day. So,
John Goulet is being a dad, everything you imagined.
oh yeah, he knows. He's a great
Yep.
dad. That guy's a great dad. I love the pictures of him and his boy.
Yep. I see some of these you answered.
It's nice to see, fathers that actually step up anymore.
Yep. Yep.
There's too many deadbeat dads out there.
Joe King wants to know, how do I get some salmon shipped to me free of charge? Well, that might be tricky.
I don't know. Maybe have them call U.S. Foods and see if they got some specials going on.
Dennis Brooks down in the comments wants to know if you do YouTube, but
No,
you had to set up your YouTube account today to do this interview. So maybe this is a start.
no,
You got
probably not.
you got a face for it, Joe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I This is nice what you do, man. This is awesome
Thank you.
um, for everybody, But for me, as far as free time, don't usually have this much.
Yeah.
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 It was a lucky night. Nobody dropped 3 deer off in my driveway. It's pretty good.
MRC Builds asks, how do you get the paint to stick to the plastics, or are they wrapped?
Basically, you got to sand them, scuff them down real good. You can't miss any spots. Then you
Mhm.
put a
Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
here.
Yep. But you are usually having those sent out for painting, right?
And get
Hmm.
them all prepped before I send, to whoever paints them for me. The last one Nubby did for me, because that guy's amazing. And
PJ's asking, do you use a left-handed rule or a right-handed rule?
left-handed.
I don't know if that's code or what. I don't know what that is. I don't think I wanna.
Left-handed people are the only ones in their right mind. Remember that.
I've heard that. Um, let's see. Mike Pomgren. I'm not sure who this guy is, but he goes by Mike Pomgren on Facebook. Where does Joe get his color choices and designs for his custom 350X builds? Are they from his dreams, from God, flashbacks from an acid trip in his earlier days?
I answer that, but dreams, I guess.
Yeah.
Dreams. I
Visions.
think a long time before I put the colors together, but yeah, he was a little confused probably when I gave him the colors and he started painting them. But after he seen it together, he's like, "All right, they
Yep.
work."
Yep. It does make sense. It makes sense.
But when you start seeing those parts, those colors just by themselves, you're like, "What is that? Mustard?
Who is he doing? What's going on?
What is he doing to that bike?"
Chad Seeger wants to know what's the secret to finding all those 350Xs.
Don't sleep much.
It is getting harder and harder. So,
I know. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, for everybody.
I think the more you put yourself out there, though, the more you become known as the guy that'll buy them, and they find you as much as you find them.
Yeah, you know that as well as I do.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you get people calling you and saying, "Hey, I want to get rid of this," so that kind of works out. But it works out for everybody because if it's something that I don't want, you know what I mean, then somebody's got another chance at it. If I grab it and somebody wants it.
So I'm getting messages from people that are asking me questions about things I said in here. This is funny. Uh, Will Anderson, what was the first three-wheeler that you rode, and how old were you?
Oh, I was probably it was that I think it was like a 75 or 76, whatever, 90. So
Okay. Yeah.
I was way back. I was probably what, 8, 9, something like that.
You ever go fly fishing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got some fly
Salmon?
rods.
Can you
You know
fish
that.
salmon with fly?
I don't. I'm sure you can. In the river they do it.
Yep.
But I don't get the salmon out of the river. I like them out of the lake when they're silver, not when they turn black and beat themselves against the rocks.
I'm reading the question from your buddy Jeff.
Oh my god.
I, I don't know that we need to rehash that story
Nah,
you told me,
that was
but
a funny night though. I was hysterical when I read that before. That's a long time ago. That was probably 15 years ago.
so I think other than Brian Cardell's question about how many pounds of powder coat are on the
I
red
told
and
him what, probably a pound, about a pound,
about a pound. That's
about a
probably a
pound.
good number.
Yeah, because it goes
So
so
I
much
don't.
further than you think.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments now. I'm sure I've missed questions. Articat or Skidoo? Tricycle guy wants to know.
Skidoo.
Skidoo. He's an Articat guy.
Yeah, I had so many Articats when I was younger. The 440s, the Panther. I've had all.
Yeah.
But
Remember when a 440 used to be a big sled?
oh my god, the Articat 440 with the seat. That thing was the baddest thing on the planet.
Okay, I'm looking. If there's any other questions, feel free to drop them. We're reading questions from the comments now.
They're asking questions. What do you got behind you? They're 350X frames behind Preston. They've been there.
Yeah, they're just waiting for their day in the sun.
That's right. At least they look pretty up there, you know.
Matt, Garage MC Matt says to tell you that he needs to order coffee from that store now if we want it for August 3rd.
Oh,
Would you
okay.
wait forever getting coffee?
I don't drink coffee, but you know, whatever he needs to do. I'm looking for. How'd you make out up there? Everything good up there? You got all the stubs out yet, or what?
So it got really dry, and I had to stop burning. I
Yeah.
may have had the local fire department here at one point,
Oh God.
so we stopped burning at the beginning of November, and then they
Mm-hmm.
put a burn ban in, and
Right.
so I've got 3 large piles of limbs to burn, and I could traipse out there in the snow and probably touch them off, but I just
Yeah.
haven't done it yet. Uh,
Right.
my brother-in-law, who was going to pop the stumps for me, he got tied up on a different job, and his excavator was over there, so we didn't get to it. But we've got somebody lined up for the spring to start popping the stumps and grade things off. So
Beautiful.
I don't think we're losing that much time because it's not like we were going to get grass down and growing with what little
Right.
time we had left.
Right.
Patrick Wells asks if you
That's pretty
talk to
sandy
Peter
up
from
there too,
Canada
right?
much.
Probably twice a week.
Speaking of Peter from Canada,
I talked to him last night. He's up at his cabin deer hunting.
here let's give Peter from Canada a little promotion. He
There you
gave me these
go.
hats right
Nice.
before I left.
He's gonna like that.
So
He's
I don't
gonna
know if he
like that.
watches these or not, but
Yeah, he
twice a
does.
week though.
He watches everything.
Awesome.
He's a great
Such a
guy.
cool dude.
He's. I mean, everybody's just looking forward to going back again, man. We just have such a good time up there. Appreciate you doing that for everybody too, man. It's awesome.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled that people will come here to do that. So, but it's cool. And yeah, we had
They don't
259
realize how
people.
easy it is now
Hmm.
from what it used to be pushing everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
That's right. I
And
don't
it,
either. As long as you did it, that was a good. We had a lot of laughs.
all right, we got some more questions here. What's the biggest CC ATC four wheeler you've seen?
ATC four wheeler.
ATC and four wheeler.
Oh, well, that motor I have there is a 450 that's on my bench, but you can't see it because I'm in the house.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's the biggest one. I bought it already done, just waiting for something to put it in.
yeah. I know Mitch has that 500cc 250R.
Yep, that was the
The
black
Tiger.
one, right? Wasn't that the black
Mitch's
one
is
you
red.
had? What was the one
Toby.
you had?
Oh, that was a 500. Yep.
Yeah, that was a black one, right? And we met the guy
Yep.
down there at my buddy's,
That's
at
right.
John's. Yeah,
That's in Vermont now. I forgot about that.
that was a cool bike. I like that.
Yep.
That had the electric start and all that too, didn't it?
It did. It had a go key, but the battery was good for one start, and then heaven
Yeah,
forbid you stalled in the woods.
yeah, that's it. It was dead.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
apparently Matt waited 30 minutes for coffee when he was at the event. Dennis Brooks wants a drag strip for the event. Yeah. Well, now we got some room, so we'll have to figure that out. PJ Hart brings up the age old question: 87 ATC 250R. Did they exist? Real or myth?
I would say negative on that.
I believe.
Until I'm proven wrong,
Yeah,
I've never seen anything. I'm going to say no.
I believe they were tooling up for it. I know Mike Pomeranz got the like the parts book.
Oh, I believe that too. I mean, they
Yeah.
had brochures, and maybe there is a couple prototypes out there, but God knows who would have them. You know,
All right.
if
Reading the
anybody's
last
got one,
questions.
if anybody's got one, it's going to be you.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it. I'm cheap.
Nah, you're all right.
All right, last call for questions. We're gonna wrap this up at 45 minutes. It's technically an hour because it took me 15 minutes to figure out how to not get this thing started. I'll be Googling that later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it worked perfect when we did it, when we did the test run. So I don't understand why that happened.
Doc Clemens wants to make it up for the event one of these years. It's the first weekend in August. Doc, reach out to me and we'll make it happen. Any parting comments, Joe? Any words of wisdom as Hoarder of the Week?
I tell you, I just want to thank everybody and everybody that makes all these parts. You know, Mike and Matt Serwa and Craig Burton and everybody, Noah Olson, everybody that's making these parts, to make it possible to do custom stuff on these bikes for me. I know a lot of guys are stock, but it's nice having the options.
Yep.
For sure.
Dennis, yes. Joe is coming to my event this coming year. Cameron wants to know where you buy your seat covers.
Some of them Tammy Mosier makes. And I had a guy near me do a couple, just because I was in a pinch,
Do you
what's that?
Do you like the Tri-Z? Have you ever had a Tri-Z?
Yes, I had a very nice one of that.
Can't remember it. Huh. I forget. Keep the cloud silver side down. I think that's it. I think we're wrapped up, Joe. Appreciate you. Yeah. I'm excited about these to so like I said in the beginning, shine the spotlight on cool guys that are out there. I don't think I've met, anybody we haven't become friends with through the hobby, and it's just great. Well, maybe a couple people.
Yeah, but you know what? 90%. It's just like when I used to drag race. Everybody's like family. It's pretty cool. Everybody wants to help everybody, and I think that's awesome.
Yep. Awesome, and thanks everybody for watching. Very much appreciated, and look forward to doing more of these. And if you want to become Hoarder of the Week, and you're not on Honda Hoarders, find Honda Hoarders on Facebook, join, and get your name on the poll. And I think eventually we'll cycle through everybody. And somebody made a comment about whoever lost last week shouldn't be eligible for the coming weeks, but I don't think that makes any sense. So
no, that makes no sense.
Yeah, we'll get through everybody eventually. But
you're all going to be hoarders. Don't worry.
Thank you very much, Joe. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Preston. Thank everybody else that was following us tonight. Have a good night. Take care.
Yep. Bye.